Anxiety is not real. Anxiety is a feeling. It is something in your head that you made up. You are making this up. It is not real. Let me tell you why, man, okay? Now, disclaimer, I am a person that used to be very anxious. But now today, I have zero anxiety. I can go to any random stranger on the planet, look them in the eye, and start a conversation with them and start talking to them for 2 hours without the conversation dying. All right, let me tell you how you can do the same thing. Now, what you gotta understand is anxiety is a made-up concept in your head. It is not real. Anxiety comes from either one of two things, excuse me. Number one is from the lack of confidence and the fear that people are not gonna like you. And number two is from narcissism. Let me explain, all right? So number one is from lack of confidence and the fear that people are not gonna like you. So when you have this mindset where you lack confidence and you are afraid that people are not gonna like you, let me explain a few things to you, man. You live one time, so you really should not really care about whether or not people are gonna like you or not. Because believe it or not, no matter how good of a person you are, whatever it is, some people are just not gonna like you for no reason. But also a lot of people are gonna love you for being yourself. And they're gonna love that about you. They're gonna love being around you, and they're gonna just love you, man. All right, so now that you know this, what is there to be anxious about? If people are gonna not like you anyway, the people that are not meant for you, then why would you be anxious about whether or not they like you if it doesn't matter if they like you? You get what I'm saying? Now let's talk about narcissism, the second category. Narcissistic, sometimes it can come from I'm not gonna say it's like full-on narcissism, but it has something to do with narcissism. If you have extreme anxiety, you might be, I hate to say it, man, but you might be a little bit narcissistic, like just a little bit. All right, so why is that? Why am I saying this? It's because if you are anxious, you might be narcissistic. Let me tell you why. Because what is anxiety? Anxiety is when, let's say I walk into an establishment like a gym, and I think in my head that everyone is looking at me and everyone is judging me. And that pressure that's in my head that I have built up is making me anxious, when in reality, no one is really looking at me, or no one really cares about me like that. No one is judging me, right? So if I'm a narcissistic person, I'm gonna automatically think that everyone around me, the world revolves around me, and everyone is looking at me and judging me, judging how I'm dressed, judging how I'm walking, judging how I'm speaking, judging the way I look, judging the way my face moves when I speak. This is narcissism. Because everyone, you gotta understand that everyone lives in their own bubble. No one really cares about you. Like literally, man, I can walk inside of the mall right now, hypothetically, and dress really strangely and start yelling and shouting and sleep on the, like lay on the ground and start yelling very loud, like, ah, help, help, or whatever, do something very embarrassing, right? If I do that and then go home, people in the mall, they're probably gonna look at me for 1 second while I'm doing this. They're gonna be like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this guy? But then when they go home, do you think they're gonna still keep thinking about me? No, they're not gonna think about you, even though I did something very embarrassing. They're gonna forget about it in 1 hour. They'll never think about it again ever in their life. Now, this is something very extreme. Now, let's choose an example that is not as extreme, like going and speaking to a stranger. Do you think when you go and speak to a stranger and start a conversation that they're gonna be judging you? That is not true, man, so you should not be anxious. A lot of people are gonna appreciate it, and they're gonna like the fact that you're taking the time to go and initiate conversation with them and get to know them and speak to them about a subject or whatever it is. they're gonna appreciate it. So this whole anxiety thing comes from a lack of confidence, from fear of judgment from other people, or from narcissism, a peak start of narcissism. Now you gotta identify this and fix it. It's nothing wrong. I used to be anxious, but my anxious came from a lack of confidence because I knew that I was not, I still am not the best version of myself. Obviously, there's always something to improve on, but now that I'm improving myself and I'm getting small wins in my life, like improving my diet, being disciplined, going to the gym, improving my personal hygiene, my style, my knowledge, I'm reading books and learning stuff every day. This gave me a little bit more confidence, and more confidence equals less anxiety. That's why I don't have anxiety anymore. As simple as that. So do things to be more confident. Do things that will make you more confident so that when your confidence increases, your anxiety is gonna decrease. Do things that are gonna improve you. Go to the gym, eat healthier, hold yourself accountable. Stop watching movies and shit all the fucking time and wasting time. Stop watching pornography and, you know, indulging in hookup culture every single day and hooking up with different women every single day. This is not gonna fix your anxiety, it's gonna make it worse. So this is what anxiety is, man. I hope this video helped you, man. Like I said, do things that are gonna make you more confident. And when you get more confident, your anxiety is gonna drop down. And then when your anxiety drops down, you're gonna feel better. It's like a cycle. When your anxiety drops down, you're gonna be even more confident because you have no anxiety. And you're able to be yourself unapologetically. And people are gonna love that about you, man. I mean, the right people that are meant to be in your life are gonna love that about you. But the people that are not meant to be in your life are not gonna like you anyway because they just don't like you. And so what?